Taylor was having difficulty reading at school, and we had tried to get him some extra tuition outside of school, and we had a parent-teacher interview with his teacher, and she brought to our attention that he was having difficulty reading, and it wasn't from his lack of trying or her time spent with him, and she felt that perhaps he had a learning disability that she really wasn't qualified to deal with. And she'd heard about the Developmental Learning Centre, and also another parent from school had been bringing their child for similar reasons, so yeah, we decided we'd bring Taylor in for an assessment, and he did the listening program and then the extra lessons. A lot of the behavioural issues that he didn't have, our second child had, very much behaviourally, so we decided we'd get her tested, and so she's gone through the listening program and the extra lessons as well for quite different reasons. She seemed to be okay at school. She seemed to hang on to it, and as soon as she got home, she sort of, fell apart really, which created a lot of tension in our house with, her sort of losing control quite a lot. Brooke, who's the behavioural issue, is 10, and Taylor with the reading is 8. For us, the behavioural thing at home has really changed what goes on in our house on a day-to-day basis that we hadn't even, we knew, but as we've gone through every process of reading books and trying to deal with that behaviour, and nothing's helped. We've gone through the diet thing, everything, and think, and it's actually been really enlightening to find something that somebody can say, well, actually, that's an auditory processing problem. My husband often will say to me, I'm seeing a lot of differences in her, just in how much calmer she is and how much more relaxed she seems to be at home. She's not having those explosive outbursts.
When Hoani was small, he had an enormous amount of glue ear, and we suspect now quite a lot of ear infections that we never knew about because he's got a really high pain threshold and never complains. And consequently, his speech was really unclear. Listening was really difficult for him. You couldn't stand there and give him 3 instructions in a row and have him follow it. You had to keep it really simple. You had to repeat yourself endlessly. In noisy situations, Hoani really struggled because he was easily distracted anyway. He was having trouble hearing anyway, and as soon as you put any sort of background noise or other distraction in there, he would just be off into fairyland. He was completely dreamy. The most interesting thing was how quickly he actually started to look you in the eye and really concentrate on what you were saying. Yes, and by the mid-year report, he started therapy at the end of April, and by his mid-year report in July, the teacher was already saying it was unrecognisable how much easier he was finding the listening. When Hoani was small and would meet people for the first time, they often thought English wasn't his first language. Actually, we'd had that comment and thought that perhaps he spoke Māori at home because he's part Māori. It was like having a huge barrier between himself and other people. Yes, and now Hoani's much easier to understand. And when other people come and say, wow, is that the same boy? What's been happening with him? And I saw, well, he's been through an extra lesson program and he's done a listening program, and these are the results. Yes.